Good morning. I have another short video for you today, but before I get started, I would like to ask you one simple question. It's more of a quiz. The question is, how does a tree access the internet? Now, hang in there with me on this short video, and at the end, I'll give you the answer. In the meantime, if you think you know, please put the answer down in the comments. See you at the end. Morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. The weather's starting to change here in Nevada, especially in the Las Vegas area. It's just that time of year where it gets hot a lot earlier. So right now it's 69 degrees at 9:15 this morning. And it's the latter part of April. So we have had a few sequential 90-day weather conditions here in a very recent future. I think yesterday was the last one. Day before yesterday, I went over to the other side of town. I had to go to the base. It was 96 degrees over there. So, that's kind of where we are. This that time of year. So, yep. I'm going for my walk this morning. I don't have anything particular that I'm, subject that I wanted to discuss this morning. But so it'll be just me and my ramblings today. So here we are on this beautiful day, and this is normal, typical this time of year. Clouds in the sky, as you can see. There's Lone Mountain over there on the other side of the houses, and just out for my morning walk. Morning.
Where are you?
Good. Yourself? So, come walk with me. So I was reading an article this morning on health and how much your weight impacts that when you're into your 60s. One of the things that struck out to me is there was a statement in this medical review saying that by this doctor at I believe it was the University of Chicago, but he was saying that in your 60s, he was talking about, he talked about different decades, starting with the 50s and going forward. But particularly in your 60s, he mentioned that around the age of 63, generally, because we know not everyone is the same, but doing his research, at around 63, your body really begins to make that metamorphosis, that change, where you tend to put on more weight. So even men that are in good condition in these years tend to have a little bit of a pouch, even if they're taking care of themselves really well. But for most of us, and I say us, we tend to put on more weight than we had carried in the past. And I had noticed this about myself in my early 60s. And I made a concerted effort to try to do better.
So that's the reason why that kind of struck out at me. So this quest of mine to try to stay in some reasonable, decent amount of health. I don't want to say staying in shape because my shape has gone. Gravity's taken effect. But to try to stay in some reasonable amount of health is what I'm trying to do here. So, and I've lived the last 8 to 10 years, I've lived a pretty sedentary lifestyle. Yeah, so for me, let's just talk about me and my body. So I have put on more weight, about 5'7", and my body weight, I've been hovering up around between 235, and at some points when I really get sedentary and just sit and watch TV all day, it can get up to as much as I think 250-ish, a little over, a little under. But so haven't weighed myself in about 3 weeks, but the last time I did, I was about 248. I don't like that. I want to get it down. So in this article, this scientist was discussing that, you know, our normal eating habits here in the United States is that, so we tend to eat smaller meals in the morning and heavier meals later in the day. And the typical American diet is in the evenings or late afternoons, we tend to eat our heaviest meals, which is what we call dinner. And so the suggestion was, because of the difference in our metabolism at this age and our physical activity, that we should inverse that. Either eat your heaviest meal in the morning or have close to your morning and your afternoon meals to be about the same amount. Another theory is that you can, that is my current goal, or my current proposed plan, which starts today. Because I have a certain routine I do when I get up. See, I still get up early. I was conditioned by my time in the military. That was the biggest chunk of my early life. And so I was conditioned by that, because when I was in the military, I'd say about, more than 2/3 of my career, I worked out. I lifted weights, I ran, I did, 10Ks, that kind of stuff. But on a daily basis, I would get up in the morning about 4 to 4:30, hit the gym, go back, take a shower, and then I would grab me a bite to eat before I went to quarters in the morning, which is usually held somewhere between 7:30. And then start my work day. And that was a normal routine of mine for about 18 years of my career. The first 6 years, I was kind of on and off. But by the time I got around my 5-year point, so it was more like 19 years, that I did work out constantly.
Hey, I'm back just like I told you I would be. We're at the end of the video, and here's the answer to the question, how does a tree access the internet? You ready for it? They log in. Have a good one.